Jordan. The other sneaker YouTubers, the hell are boring. OG Trap Jordan, OG Trap Jordan. I got sneakers, rated and pouring.
What up, YouTube? OG Trap Jordan back with another one. And today, before we get into the meat of this video and talk about the sneakers that I got on the exclusive access, I just want to say apologies for not dropping a video this weekend. I ended up going out of town with the family, me and Mrs. Trap Jordan and Teddy Turnup. We slid up to Seattle and we went to the Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert, and it was Teddy's first concert. It was Mrs. Trap Jordan's favorite concert, and for me, it was probably top 3. It was pretty lit, and we had a really good time, but I want to show you some things. So we ended up doing that, and that's why I didn't put out a video. So yeah, we went and checked them out, and like I said, it was really lit. We got some merch while we were down there. I want to show you. We got the album, we got the record. That's what I got, but little Teddy Turnup was having a good time. Teddy Turnup was more turned up than anybody. Teddy was actually fanning out. He got to see SZA up close, and he got him a little sweatshirt. As you can see, Teddy's been rocking that ever since he came home. I think he even wore it to school today. He's not here right now because he is in the playoffs, and I just got home from work, so I wasn't able to make that. But Teddy got that. Mrs. Trap Jordan got this little shirt right here. I don't know if you guys can even see this, but that's what she got. So, like I said, the concert was lit. We had a good time. We were lit. We got a little on the tipsy side, but we had a good time. We made it home safe. So now I'm back, got off work, and my sneakers showed up. So I want to talk, before I show you the sneakers, I want to talk to you guys about a little something. I want to reiterate on my last video when I was talking about a little something that happened, and basically I was talking about how some people were mad at me when I got exclusive access, and I think some of the people that seen that video and got in the comments, they thought that I was kind of talking about them, but it really wasn't so much you guys. And I understand people getting frustrated when they don't hit. I never hit hardly ever on exclusive access, and I did. And I know it's frustrating seeing these YouTubers. I talk about it all the time. These YouTubers talk about how they can't hit even though they got a bunch of pairs already. But in my personal situation, I just want to kind of reiterate on what happened that morning when that drop happened. And this is what I told a certain dude that jumped in my comments, and he was kind of talking trash. He was like, oh yeah, I knew you're always talking about these other guys and calling them out. And he was basically saying that I was getting the plug by Nike, and he knew it, and that's the only reason why I would have even known to check my exclusive access. Well, let me clarify for everybody, including that dude, why. Because in the morning, I'm a truck driver, and I drive from Eastern Washington to Seattle to the ports every day. And while I'm driving, I usually listen to the live streamers, or before I leave, I check all the little apps and everything and see what's going on for the day. So I had my heads up, like a lot of people, that the exclusive access was probably going to happen, and I checked. And not only that, but about 3 hours before the drop even happened, I actually pulled over and made a short telling all my subscribers that that was gonna happen. And then I pulled over later when I got it and made another short. And I'm not trying to say, oh, like, look what I do for you, or be cocky or arrogant, but I did pull over to let everybody know that was gonna happen. And subsequently, because of that, I ended up not making it to my destination on time, and it actually made me, I had to stay the night in Seattle, actually in Tacoma. I had to stay overnight because I stopped a couple times to make those shorts to try to get the information out to you guys. And I'm not mad about it. I'm glad I got the info out, and I'm glad I had a little bit of content. But to the one guy that made that comment and then he turned around after I explained that to him and he took his comment off, it is what it is, bro. I ain't even mad at you. I understand you're upset, but don't get upset with me because I hardly hit exclusive access either, but I did. So let's get into the shoes. Let's get into what we came for. So as you can see, we got the white cement 4 right here. We got that Nike Air in the back. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I wasn't going to go for these, but since I did get exclusive access, I went ahead and I grabbed them. I pulled the trigger. And you want to know something funny? The night that I came home, the next day after that, I told Teddy Turnup and Mrs. Trap Jordan to check their phones. And you know what? Mrs. Trap Jordan had exclusive access too, and she didn't check. So I actually had an opportunity to get 2, or to at least try to get 2 pairs, but I got 1. And you know what? I want to do a little bit of a comparison because as I see these in my hand, these actually did turn out really nice. These are actually pretty dope. And I got the old pair right here, and let me just show you. So here's the new pair and here's the old pair. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Looking at these, the new one is superior. The new one is better. The new one has a better shape, in my opinion. And if you look on the new one, the cement, the gray cement, it actually looks better than the old one. The old one, in my opinion, kind of looks a little, I don't know, childish. It's like a little overdid with those black spots. And this one, I feel like, is a little more subtle and better. And another thing I noticed on these is this one has these little widow's peaks, and the old one didn't have that. Also, I do think that the shape is better. This is more of a slant. The toe box is a little bit different on these. If you guys can pick that up, I don't know. But I personally do think that the new one is a little bit better, and I'm glad I got them in my collection. And I just want to say this. Oh, before I get into that, I want to show you guys one more thing that happened at that concert too. And this one broke my heart. So I decided to wear these to the concert. And if you could see right here, I got a big old scuff on the back. Somebody, I don't know who, I don't remember when, but I just noticed this last night. And I got to give these to my boy G so he can go ahead and fix that for me. Because that ain't just like a dirt mark. That's actually paint missing and it's scuffed up. So that's the price you pay when you play. But anyway, back to these. These are super dope in my opinion, and I want to talk to you guys about these. I really do think that these are better than the other one. And as far as the drop coming out this weekend, I honestly have been seeing a lot of YouTubers, rightfully so, pumping these up, as they should, because it's a classic, it's a 4, it's the OG, it's pretty much, in my opinion, probably the best 4. That's my opinion anyway. So, but the fact that I had an opportunity to get exclusive access twice, and there's so many pairs, I do think that these are going to be a lot easier than a lot of the YouTubers are saying. And of course they're pumping them up because a lot of them are resellers, and we talk about that all the time, and they want you to cop them from them. They want you to get all hyped up. They want you to get scared and grab their pairs. But the thing is there's a lot of opportunities to grab this shoe right here. There's a whole lot of opportunities coming up. You're gonna have obviously sneakers. You're gonna have what? You're gonna have the FLX app with Foot Locker and Champs, which is boo boo. I already know how that goes. But you also have like the Finish Line and what is it? Finish Line and why am I drawing a blank? What is it? JD Sports or whatever. They're gonna have their little exclusive accesses. They're gonna have one tomorrow, and then the next day is gonna be, I think, I don't know all the details, but one will be online and one will be in store. And then there's a whole bunch of other raffles. There's so many raffles that I really feel like there's so many pairs of this that if you guys don't hit on these shoes, then you're not putting in your footwork, and you can only be upset with yourself, because I honestly believe if you do all the raffles, Don't rely on Sneakers app because that's not a guaranteed W. Everybody goes on Sneakers app, but there's going to be so many different raffles and so many ways to hit these shoes. I don't think that they're going to be sitting around. I do think they'll sell out, and if they don't sell out, they're not going to be sticking around for very long. This is not going to be like the Black Cement 3. It's going to be more similar to the Black Metallic 5, in my opinion, as far as how many pairs and, well, I don't know how many pairs they made of that, but as far as it's not going to be scarce, it's not going to be limited, but there are going to be just about every sneakerhead and casual sneakerhead out there. My bad, I accidentally hit the mute button, so I gotta do a little editing on this video. But like I was saying, it's gonna be everybody from the casuals to the sneakerheads to moms, dads, uncles, pet dogs, and goldfish going after this shoe. So I really do think that if you put in your legwork, it should be an easy cop. They made a lot of pairs. You have multiple opportunities. Don't just rely on the Sneakers app. Do your FLX app. Yes, get on the Sneakers app, but also Finish Line, JD Sports, and then there's a million other raffles. And if you put in your legwork, you should be able to get your hands on these. I do think these will be an easy cop if you put in the work. If not, then it's nobody's fault but yours. So with that being said, if you like my content and you haven't already, please go ahead, hit that button, subscribe to the channel so you can get notified every time I drop one of these bangers and you can get some more of this good stuff in your life. And remember, no shoe is an absolute must cop. Support the culture and not the resellers. I'm OG Trap Jordan, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.